What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I hope y'all are having a great day. Today I'm going to be fishing, bank fishing actually, the lake. I usually never bank fish, but today I decided to give y'all some tips and tricks on how to catch bass bank fishing. I struggled there for quite a bit. I even struggled yesterday. I couldn't catch fish, but I'm going to give y'all some tips and tricks on how to catch bass while bank fishing, because I know some of y'all still bank fish, don't have kayaks, don't have boats, and this will really help you out. So let's see if we can catch some fish. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, so I've made it to the first spot of the day, and starting off with my first tip for y'all when bank fishing: always try and be quiet when you're getting to the spot. Now, if you're with your family or you're with your dog and you're making a lot of noise, chances are you're gonna scare away the fish and you'll have less of a chance of catching fish. So that's my first tip. Second tip is to always scout out the areas you're gonna want to fish. Always have a plan where you want to fish. It may sound dumb, like you just want to go out there and fish, try and catch fish, but knowing where you want to fish and where you think these fish are hanging out is always a good idea to do. And that's a good way to start out. Trying to be quiet, trying not to talk too much when I'm close to the bank. So if y'all see me kind of being quiet whenever I'm close to the bank, it's because it's really calm out right now. The water is very clear. If the fish see me kind of moving my hands around, talking to the camera, they're gonna spook away. These fish here are very pressured, especially when bank fishing. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to talk too much when I'm close to the bank. That's my first few tips that I'd say to keep in mind when you're gonna go bank fishing. Another tip is always cast along the bank. Like when you first get to your spot, cast to the right, to the left. Try not to cast out first straight away, because if you catch a fish just straight away, you're gonna spook the fish off on the left or on the right, and you never want to start moving to areas before casting along the bank, if that makes sense. So that's another good tip for y'all. This is not the main area that I'm going to fish, but it's close to the main area, so I'm going to start off right here and see if I get any bites. All right, so for the first hour or two, or maybe even 30 minutes, you want to really try and analyze the fish, what they're eating, if you see any fish, what they're interested in, if they follow your bait, and just things like that, things along those lines. Like if you see a lot of fish busting on top of the water, a lot of commotion, use a jerk bait, use top water. I've seen one fish bust. I'm not seeing fish up shallow, so that's why I have on a bandito bug pegged bullet weight to get down there a little deeper, because I think these fish are kind of close to the bank but not too close, anywhere from 10 to 15 feet, just based off of what I'm seeing. So you always want to try and make those observations first before you start fishing. Try and figure out what bait to use before you start throwing any random bait out, because finding the right bait is very crucial when bank fishing, of course. So yesterday I did notice that I was getting more bites on a bandito bug than on a swim bait, so that's what I'm starting off with. I don't know if I had mentioned it took me years of stubbornness to figure these things out, but it can be worth it. You can land some big fish. So right now that fish is facing towards me. You really don't want to get close to that fish. Even though he's up on the bank, he'll see you. Now when you cast, don't cast right at him. That's number one rookie mistake. You want to try and cast as far away as you can from him in the same direction though. That way you can bring your bait up on him and so he can see it. So it looks like a bass. It does not look like a carp right now. Dark fish, maybe 2-3 pounder. I can't really tell. I want to cast really far. See, that'll kind of startle him. Won't scare him, but it'll startle him. A little splash. And you want to start reeling in slow towards him to where he'll see the bait. All right, yeah. So in this case, I spooked him off. I honestly think it was a carp. It looked more like a carp rather than a bass. He kind of swirled around. He's still there. So it might be a bass, but I'm thinking that's a carp right now. So that's another tip that y'all want to keep in mind in bank fishing. You'll see a bass, do not get close to it and do not cast right at it. Try and cast somewhere maybe like 10 feet from it, where you'll eventually come across him at an angle. But I have done that sometimes, where you kind of keep your distance, cast a little further away from him, bring it at an angle towards him, and they won't see you and they'll eat it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Big fish. Big bass, big bass. I switched it to a jerk bait real quick. Wasn't getting any bites on the bandito, and I decided to try it out. Water's really clear, so I mean, I did not think the jerk bait was gonna work out, because these fish can probably see me. I can see my bait, and I just see this huge bass just swipe at it. There's a lot of shad right here in this area, so there's always bass feeding. But I got really excited and set the hook, which I shouldn't have done. I should let him eat it, but the belly on that fish looked big. That was a good bite. All right, guys, so staying on 2 rocks right now, trying to get my jerk bait unstuck. This ain't good. I need this jerk bait. Here's what's getting fish to follow up. I don't have another one. That jerk bait is gone. It popped off. Is my jerk bait? There's no way. I got it. Guys, jerk bait recovered. I needed that. I needed this jerk bait. This is the only jerk bait I have, and I was getting fish to follow it up. 3 fish followed it up. That's how I know I'm using the right bait. All right, let me tie this back on. Take it, bud. Take it. Got one. First fish of the day, everyone. Come on. Get in here, buddy. Heck yes. Oh my gosh. Guys, you don't know how much this fish means to me. Fished yesterday for about 4 hours. I've been fishing today since 12:30 and it's 3:57. Bank fishing is tough, guys. Barely hooked. It's got something weird going on right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right there. Take a thumbnail real quick and then I'll let this fish go. Go ahead and get a release on this fish. Oh my gosh, I did not think I was gonna catch a fish today. I was about to give up. I felt the bite. I was like, please. There he goes. Oh my god, that feels so freaking good. I walked probably 5 miles yesterday and today combined to catch one fish. Not worth it, but we landed it. Nothing compares to the feeling when you catch a fish, like after grinding and grinding and grinding. I did not think I was gonna catch a fish. I'll give you some more tips right now on how to bank fish, even though apparently I suck at it. But yeah, first fish of the day, finally. One final tip of the day when bank fishing is always, and I mean always, I know it sounds dumb, obvious, but always cast at structure. No matter how small it is, no matter how big the piece of structure is, always cast at it. Like for example, right here, I know in this corner there's a bunch of tires. So that's one final tip of the day. I can't think of any other tips right now that I have already covered. That's what I've learned over the years while bank fishing that have worked out really well for me. And always try and grind it out. Eventually you're gonna run into a fish. All right, everybody, that is going to effectively end today's video. After 7 hours of fishing between yesterday and today, I finally landed one fish. But this video was mainly to teach you how to bank fish, the tips and tricks that I have learned over time, over the years of fishing, and what I do to catch these fish. Of course, in this video, I landed a fish in 7 hours bank fishing, which is not a good thing. But winter fishing can be really tough for me at times. And if you can drop a comment down below if you have any tips for that also, I'd really appreciate it. But smash the like button, hit the subscribe button because we grinded it out yesterday and today. We made it happen. I hope you enjoyed the video, but with that being said, I'll catch you next time on JJ Fishes.